don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos. Okay, so I'm back, and this is regarding the update. So, as you can see on the Sims 4 page, they're letting us know a Merry Winterfest. Hey, happy Winterfest to you too, Sims. I love all the stuff you're doing. So anyhow, apparently what it reads here, they blew past the game's 5th anniversary, and they've launched another, yes, we all know about the community stuff pack, and now the 20th anniversary is just over the horizon. Wow. So this update has been influenced by us as well, and they set time aside to address issues that are important to our in-game experience, from what I'm reading here. Anyhow, they're going to be taking a short break to enjoy the holidays, and they're going to be ready for a bright new year coming. So that was pretty much said here, all by Sim Guru Graham, and featuring Sim Guru Gnome. Also, I didn't show you guys, but we all know that we got Yoda. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. We all have Yoda. But here's the following music. Nicknames performed by Dayglow. Written by, okay. So apparently we have some music here. I'm not going to list them. I'm sure you guys, have looked on the website, which is, I'll list the website in the comments section below. I don't want to list it because of copyright and things like that. But okay, anyhow. They fixed an issue where Mac OS Simmers could crash when accessing the gallery. This is all Sims 4. They fixed an issue where nice or high quality harvestables would disappear from the inventories after travel or save load. They've attempted to track down all the lost harvestables that are currently lost, and they found they were lost and unfindable. But any future loss should not be found. They fixed an issue where freelancer career tasks would not complete after Sims would travel. The Sims that were seated at a 6-round table can now clean up the dishes. Sadly, all the children who thought they had found the magic loophole stay seated at the table are no longer, right, like any kid stays seated at the table from what they said. Okay, child Sims will now be able to enjoy quick meals again. They fixed issues with writing the Janir book. Multiple duplicate interactions should no longer appear in Pi menus. Some example interactions that reported: play fetch, give potion, blackmail, scan here. The last exception related to the issue should also be fixed. The Jet Set luxury bath was listed as being unbreakable when that isn't true. It's unbreakable. David was also supposed to be unbreakable, but he broke. Speaking of unbreakable, we fixed issues with hot tubs and stereos. There was an issue with hot tub water is the weakness. Fixed an issue in which Sims could stand or walk through solid objects, specifically baby bassinets. Adding a Sim to an existing household, VI Create a Sim Stories feature will no longer subtract simoleons from the household. You can now extinguish a fire even if the fire is within another object. This could occur if a large object caught fire. You would have to wait until the fire spread outside the bounds of the large object in order to extinguish it. Fix an issue that would cause error code 5105BD7FA0B to occur when attempting to save. Sims can now scrap the unfinished painting of visiting Sims. Light intensity will no longer reset when setting auto lights. They fixed an issue which made the item Tiny Globe and Sai of the Prosperous Moon appear twice in build mode. Half walls, toppers can now be applied to half walls on all levels of your lot. Topper, it's a technical term that means the piece that goes on top of a half wall. Okay, the issue summary said topper. I couldn't remember what it was called, so I left it as topper. Of course, okay. Fix an issue that caused lots downloaded from the gallery to be placed backwards and not being able to rotate them. I had that happen a couple of times. Households downloaded from the gallery should now have their starting funds set to the correct amount and not just the base 20,000 simoleons. Child Sims will no longer receive whims related to workouts. They fixed in issues that did not allow Nordic keys for Mac OS to use to size down cheat. They fixed an issue with error code 10270C7F9A6 would occur when loading into lots after loading a saved game. Walls no longer will disappear when taking a photo in basement level. Room that does not have a staircase. Bookshelves will no longer have the option to purchase university books if you do not own Discover University. Sims will no longer flicker on and off the landing pad when in the rocket ship using the Woohoo or Try for Baby interactions. Sims in the Supreme Villain career working on the Mischief interaction task can now use the Slabit to troll the forums to complete the task. Address some UI issues and create a sim that occurred after modifying the scaling option in the accessibility options. Lots of rooms with modded paintings will now be flagged as custom content. Small rugs can no longer be placed over the outside cutouts created by stairs. Using Control U to reset your UI scaling while you have the UI scaling window open will now properly reset the scale bar. Cater Sims will now be able to make a cake and complete their party event goals. Get to work. Aliens should now appear as expected in the photo thumbnails. Aliens will now display accurate selected options for eyebrows and beards. They fixed an issue with Scientist Sims, would record their findings in the notebook twice. They addressed an issue that could prevent Sims from not being able to ring up customers. And this is to purchase the warming rack. Some boots along with the Sims feet were disappearing when the camera was zoomed all the way out. And the refer for surgical treatment interaction is now available on surgery tables that have had their color altered with the BB enable free build trait. Okay, city living. There was a number of confusing situations from what I read here that Sims would receive in some cases. These would appear as two invites for the same event. So Sims with the shrewd reward that weren't as shrewd as they thought they were. They've restored the shrewdness. CD market apparently they fixed. We blame it on bad investments. The CD market apparently didn't mean compact disc. They fixed an issue with some shirts and Create a Sim would not tuck in appropriately into skinny jeans. And also YF Top EPO3 Mesh Ombre Blue now looks as intended when paired with skinny jeans. Seasons. Sims can now complete New Year resolutions. The lottery holiday is back in your calendars. They spoke to the holiday gnomes and they have agreed to stop dropping seed packets. They wanted to spread holiday cheer, or they were attempting to bring, so that's what the gnomes were trying to do. How sweet. They fixed an issue where weather would affect items inside buildings. Flower Bunny's contract has been renewed for them to appear on any holiday or tradition. Bunny contractual Bunny contractual negotiations are ridiculous. Mandrake and valerian root plants are now able to be planted indoors. Holiday gnomes will no longer break unbreakable objects when having a negative relationship. We didn't know the pedestal gnome will no longer spawn as part of the Harvest Fest and get famous. Married celebrity sim couples will no longer react and discuss with each other. Then they enter the same room. Household members will no longer react to members with pristine reputation. Fix an issue that caused recordings of product review to fail if the sim had previously interrupted a review. The well-suited and grand talent agencies are back in business, and Super Speed 3 should now work when Sims sleep in their sleeping pods and have a pet. Onward to Island Living. Fixed an issue where odd job tasks were not able to be completed. Fixed an issue where conch shells were not able to be put in Sims inventories. Sims can now see their recorded findings in a notification wall when performing examined water thoughtfully. Released fish will actually be released back into the water. Players, that's if it's not stored in the inventory. Players using low graphic settings will be surprised to find that dolphins do actually exist in the waters. Sims, this is Discover University. Sims will no longer be accused of cheating on their course work or homework if they don't cheat. Team presentations should not have missing interactions. They fixed an issue that caused an error code 1045EE05594, and that occurred when loading into a dorm where an NPC had a baby. They addressed some feedback that getting A's was too easy, so they said to be aware that your sim will have to complete the coursework in order to constantly get good grades. Students will no longer autonomously taunt each other about university superiority unless they're at the game day organization event, And also, if they don't have those traits, it won't happen. Like they have to have these traits: childish, evil, hot-headed, and bro. Be aware that a sim's hunger, energy, and bladder motives will no longer refill on their own just before class. They fixed an issue in which enhancing utility bots would get canceled inappropriately. Roommates should no longer bring food home every time they return. Starving students, yes, it's a trope, but let's not lean into it so heavily. The Sims can now turn off computer glasses when moving to other neighborhoods. Sims that complete the debate showdown will once again be able to change into their other outfits. Term papers will not always count towards the course's final grades. They fixed an issue following build mode items were not able to be placed on the learner well desk. Lexlight, they're going into some of the items. They fixed an issue that the secret society masks were not being unlocked. The shower wall will no longer turn on when a sim attempts to repair it. They fixed an issue with the swatch color for the YF body EP08 dress overalls black solid white. Active sims should no longer get the not enough exercise tense buff if they've enrolled in the soccer football after school activity. Sims now must meet all the promotion requirements in order to be promoted in the education career. Attempting to interact with a bike rider should no longer cause your sim to route foul when performing the interaction. The make offering to sprites interaction should no longer be available if you only have harvestables in your inventory. Reaching level 5 of the law career now correctly unlocks the lawyer suits for your sim and create a sim. Bots enhanced to level 3 will no longer automatically level to level 4. Interacting with the sim riding a bike will no longer cause the sim, your sim, the bike parts of the world, or any other potential object or thing to disappear. Inviting your professor to hang out will now actually have the professor arrive to hang out. Servo can now complete the Strangerville story. That's pretty cool. Servo fun and social motive descriptions no longer incorrectly refer to Servo as a sim. Bicycles can now be searched for in build mode. Echo Mech suit can be worn by Team Sims and is visible. Sims already wearing a helmet will no longer change into another helmet to ride a bike. Sims in the same household will now automatically know the other's degree program. Sims will no longer receive multiple signing bonuses from degree-relevant careers. Only one signing bonus is awarded in any 7-day period. Woohoo in shower will no longer give fame. Chat about scandalous lawsuit now provides fun. Choosing to cancel the practice presentation interaction will now cancel the interaction. Servos can no longer get sick. Servos can no longer purchase the seldom sleepy reward trait. Sims on probation can now be asked to study with. Sims should no longer route to fail when attempting to take a pregnancy test in a bathroom stall. Asking the repo person to not take your stuff will now provide you a text notification to whether or not you had an impact on the repo person's decision. Sprites no longer appear around the sim after the buff expires after leaving the secret society. Outdoor retreat, they can now roast at a campfire without needing a seating object nearby. Spa day, they fixed the Sims. They did not have the issue to take baths with soaks and take mud bath on shower tubs. Mud bath, shower tub, cool. They can now get massages auto. Dine out, NPC Sims will now eat more at restaurants. Photos taken at experimental foods will now display correctly. Nice. And they fixed the swatch color arrow with the one blazer. Vampire influence emotions interaction will no longer be available to vampires that have not yet unlocked this perk. Several objects were not properly being found when using color filters. That was jungle. Strangerville music has been added. They fixed an issue where the occult eyes would not properly apply to the spellcasters. Unplayed NPCs not living in Glimmerbrook will no longer appear in Glimmerbrook. Challenge to magic duel at Dueling Grounds, performed by broom and non-broom. Spellcasters with the Knowledge is Magic perk will now be able to complete the finished reading 3 books. They fixed an issue with some spellcasters would not complete the Learn a Spell. Spellcasters will now be able to do laundry and always transportulate enabled. They fixed an issue in which pet familiars would not stop foraging. Let's see what else. Sages can now be chosen to play with for a game of chess. Random non-spellcaster Sims no longer show up as being sages. They fixed an issue in which cauldron-made food was not able to be eaten. Sims on curse lots will no longer always catch fire while using the fireplace. They fixed an issue in which sounds from the magic realm could be heard in Dowsel Valley. They fixed an issue in which some shirts in Create a Sim would not tuck inappropriately. Spellcaster Sims can now clean potty messes, child messes, and kitty litter by casting Scrubberoo. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Spellcasters will no longer have duplicate makeup options. They could no longer land an unroutable location when using the Always Use Broom spell. They fixed an issue with Asset YFACC Wristrite GP08 gems. Spellcasters that cast Mischief spells will now get awarded the Mischief skill. Male spellcasters will no longer have a chance of going bald after performing Rite of Dissolution. The YF hair GP08 braids is now properly appears with the Afro texture filter. Mischief spells are now counted towards the criminal career daily. Spellcasters with the Spellcraft and Sorcery aspiration will no longer reset or cause a last exemption after writing songs. Perfect patio. The Sims in the freelance careers, including freelance photography, will no longer be able to wish for promotion using the wishing well. Sims and conversationist, educator, actor, style influencer Military critics, social media, or politician careers will now be able to wish for promotion using the wishing well. They fixed an issue in which some shirts in Create a Sim would not tuck improperly into skinny jeans. Vintage glamour, they addressed several issues that caused a butler to fail. Fixed an issue that prevented butlers to help put toddler to bed. The butlers should no longer make food for themselves when they are not hungry. Machino, emotional auras and photographs can now be toggled. They fixed an issue where some photos taken were a bit blurry when placed in frames in live mode. Tripods placed on floors other than 1, 2, or 3 should no longer cause the camera to change floors when attempting to take a photo. Ask to pose interaction should no longer fail if the sim attempts to run the interaction from the open street. But anyhow, that is the update of what I read. Like I said, I'm going to include the link in my description of this video. And other than that, I hope everyone's enjoyed the update. And until next time, bye-bye. If you stop believing